thank you all so much for coming. And I'm going to turn it over right to our guests. And if you want, you have copies here. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to post some. I'll probably post it right here up on the bulletin board of the hall. And we'll all go from there. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for letting us have the opportunity to come out here and talk with you guys. My name is Aaron Shields. I'm the Director of Project Management with the City of Portland. We have Steve Durrell from Proc Marine and Diane Gagnon, who is the Project Manager for the city. I don't know any of you here, but I assume that you guys have been here for a while and you've seen work and activity on the pier before. Steve's company several years ago was involved in the first phase of the project, and now we're going to be undertaking the second phase of the project this summer and fall. What we wanted to do, we have been out several times, and we have seen several of you out here through the planning process. We've been working through that planning process with, and I don't see him here.
Bobby?
What's that?
Bobby?
The fire department?
Oh, probably?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, he has helped us, you know, sort of been a liaison with some of the voices from you folks to us. The project is partially funded through the city and partially funded through a state grant. Again, like I said, this is phase 2, and hopefully it will be the final phase of the work that we'll have to do for quite a while. What I'd like to do is sort of have Steve Durrell go over the general scope and the schedule of the project. We have done our best to take logistics into consideration, realizing that we can't turn the island upside down with the normal activities that have to happen. We've done our best to work around that, but there will be, you know, some interruptions that we couldn't do anything about, but to, you know, in order to get the project done. So we'll work our best, and if you've got any questions or comments, we'll do our best to field those and answer them for you. So turn it over to Steve, and he can go through the schedule, and then if we have any questions, we'd be happy to help you out. Thank you all for coming, by the way.
Okay,
Well, thank you for-
Fireman just came in.
Yes, oh, there it is. Yeah.
Well, thank you for having this. I'm a firm believer when you start a project on an island, especially, is to meet with some of the islanders so that they have a better idea of what's going to happen, and that we can address some of your concerns and make it as painless as possible. I've done several of these in Casco Bay. We have worked on most of the islands down east, from Matinicus, Final Haven, North Haven, Swans Island, Frenchboro. So working on islands is nothing new to us, and we understand what has to happen to make the project a success and make everybody's life as uninterrupted as possible. The project was awarded in May, and we have been working on submittals, ordering material, and building parts and pieces. We project to mobilize everything here roughly this little piece of paper is a schedule. If you just follow down the list, I can see it. Okay, item 5 is mobilize the job site. I know it, but I need it to see. It's a little dark. We plan to mobilize on the job site roughly the first week in August. And we're going to start right down in I'm going to call it the northwest corner. Okay? I want to do all the work that we have to do. And if you go to this sheet, you'll see a hashed in area. Okay? That's the area I want to start. Okay? we've got to do work on the fender system, we've got to do joist work, and we've also got to replace all the decking. And, yeah. On the right-hand side, in the handwritten notes, there's number 1 through 7, and basically they are labeled on the drawing, the areas as to when they will, when the work will occur. So I'm going to start in that corner right there, and I want to finish basically that corner completely. Okay, and then once that corner is completed, I'm going to build a temporary walkway on the north side of your existing dock. Okay, it's labeled item 3 and 6. It's 96 feet long. Okay, we felt that would be the most convenient for everybody concerned, because all the decking and a lot of the joists have to be replaced in the pier itself. So once that decking, that temporary walkway is installed, we'll block off, again, the hashed areas will be blocked off, and that will be your area to come and go to the boat and receive products. The ramp is receiving new decking, but relatively little structural work, so that can be done in between boats without interrupting. I plan to keep that ramp open all the time, okay? Because I know that's crucial for you bringing products on the boat. So once that corner is done and the temporary dock is installed, we'll be socketing 5 piling where the new floats are going to go. When I say socketing piling, we'll be drilling a 15-inch diameter hole into the ledge, anywhere from 8 to 10 feet into the ledge. Okay. We do this by driving a caisson through the overburden, which is the mud that's over the ledge. We drive the caisson to the ledge. We suck the overburden out of the caisson. We insert a drill down inside this caisson, and we'll drill the hole. The hole will be 15 inches in diameter. The piles are 12 3/4 OD. Okay? After the material is cleaned out of the hole, the pile will be inserted down into the hole, and then non-shrink grout will be pumped into the area around the pile, between the pile and the hole itself. We have done literally hundreds and hundreds of these in New England. It's one of the specialties that we do, and it's a really, really good system. Those 5 piling will hold your float in place. The 2 new floats that we're building. Right now, I believe you're on anchors, the floats are. The difference between these 2 and what you have now is that these 2 new floats will be anchored to the piles themselves. Okay? You'll be receiving a new aluminum ramp, which is being built right now.
Back up a little bit.
Yeah.
We are going to relocate the existing pier to the other side while this construction is happening.
Yes, yeah.
So
Okay.
you won't, the island will not be without a ramp. Yeah. Sorry.
No, thank you. So, once that ramp and float is installed, it'll be basically the same position it is now. You'll be able to come and go on the float, use the new ramp, come up into the hashed area, and walk up the 6-foot temporary dock. It'll end up right up to the parking lot. It'll run parallel with the dock now.
And that will begin roughly August 1st.
Right. That's the first thing we're going to do when we get here, is go right to work on the hashed-in area.
I have a question over there.
Yep.
So will the 2 floats on the north side, will they go up and down with tide on those pilings?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. There'll be a cable system that will attach the floats to the individual piles. There'll be 3/4-inch cable with 3-inch UHMW rollers that will make, there'll be roughly 13 of them per cable. And the UHMW is pretty intense product as far as wear and tear goes. We've had really good luck with it, and the system should work fine. Yeah. So.
Also a new aluminum gangway ramp coming up.
Yes,
as well.
yeah.
Anti-skid treads.
Will these be seasonal, or will this be able to be out there year-round?
be year-round.
Oh, that's good.
I assume that's what your plan is.
Unless for some reason we're seeing, you know, unexpected damage or something like that. We know we always need to keep one here no matter what, but the way this is designed for both of them to stay year round. And that's the reason why we put the money into the socketed piles, out on the outside, is to make this a more permanent product.
The piles will be hot galvanized, so they'll be silver in color. Let's see, they'll be filled with concrete, so it makes a real substantial, you know, setup. The support system for the temporary dock, I'm going to socket 6 temporary piles in that ledge. They won't be going down anywhere near the depth that the float pile is going to go. I'm just going to probably put a 2-foot socket in the ledge, and we'll set the piles in there because it's all ledge all the way down through there. So after all this is completed, it'll be barricaded off, and we will basically go to work, starting probably right up at the road and working our way down, changing out joists, changing out decking. There's work that's got to be done to the fender system. There's also some structural piles that are going to be installed on the back side of the fender system, in underneath the dock. When we get done, you won't even know they're there. But there are plumb piles, which are vertical piles, and batter piles that will be driven at an angle to help stabilize the front of the dock, which is part of the design.
One of the things that we had heard when we were out here was how hard sometimes that dock and that whole pier system moves when a boat hits the end of it, sometimes in rough weather. So that was certainly one of, we noticed a lot of evidence underneath of a lot of nails and fasteners and things moving because it's, you know, hitting a solid structure like that. So we're trying now to back that up.
That will stiffen it up in good shape.
Yeah.
So all this work is being done August through the beginning of August to the beginning of October.
Probably September to October. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to go, yeah. And we project to be completed somewhere in the first part of October.
Right. So your access during that time is going to be this walkway in this area here. So that's what we wanted to make you aware of during this meeting.
Some of you bring out automobiles, or if there's anyone on the island that's trying to bring an automobile out, they need to be aware that, you know, at a certain point, this is not an option for those automobiles to come up here until we're done.
Or wood deliveries.
So, yeah, I was just gonna say, I'd like to put something in our newsletter. So basically, we're gonna start using that green ramp walkway, starting basically,
August 1st.
oh, I thought that's when it,
No.
no, that's not
No.
correct. That-
I'm gonna be working here probably for the month of August.
Okay,
and
so
doing this.
would
And probably
would
the
it
last
be-
week in August, first week in September.
would it be safe to say after Labor Day?
It may
Or-
be sooner. It may be
Oh,
sooner.
so we shouldn't say after Labor Day.
Don't hold me to that.
But I'd like to give people, like if people were bringing, like you said, lumber or even anything that wouldn't fit on a 6-foot wide temporary
I
ramp
want to say begin
Tell them after
third week of
mid-August, you have to.
Yes.
after mid-August.
Yeah.
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 So not like this, I was reading this, it said perhaps after the 20th. I was reading your timing chart.
On the schedule?
Yes.
Could somebody call Cascabel Lines? They're the ones that are responsible saying no.
Right there.
Where?
Right here, Diane.
Oh, hi!
We'll save you the call. We'll save you the call.
I can take care of them.
We will.
It's gonna be
Work it out.
approximate.
I know,
You
it's
know
gonna be
better.
approximate.
You know Billings Head, you're better than
Keep
most.
trying to record it.
We will. We'll try to get the word
I
out.
know, they seem really
as you
efficient.
do.
Right.
And on your wonderful web.
Right, but we want to let you know ahead of time, because you may, like we're saying, if you're getting firewood or you're getting something else, we'd like you to be able to get it ahead of time. You know, before, you might not, you normally get it till later in the fall or something, so.
Where is the Wharf, our little house thing?
There's one over here and one over
You're
here.
not taking it down, are you? Oh, okay, I couldn't tell the way that everything was there. You're not taking the shed down, are you? You are?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're talking like 2 months of using that temporary walkway?
Probably 6 weeks. I got projected on the schedule the week of August 27th to switch the people onto the temporary walkway.
So August 27th,
Approximately.
Yep.
approximately.
Approximately.
But it would be good to be prepared for it a little bit
Yeah.
sooner.
That is a huge building season for us out here,
Yep.
and there is a huge need to move product onto the island. Is there, I don't wanna speak for you, but there's a chance that you'll be able to boom it from there to shore or no, or?
We won't.
They're not gonna be booming anything for anyone.
Okay.
No.
What
That's
about
not in
using
our,
the
not
barge?
in our
We
contract.
have to use the
But-
barge.
Yeah.
That's a huge amount of time to ask all the builders on the island to say, you're out of business for 6 weeks. And
Yeah, well, Dave, that's why we're having the meeting now. You know, to make everyone aware of, you know, the logistics and that, what they need to plan for.
Get your lumber now.
So a walkway is just a people walkway, no vehicles.
No vehicles. You could probably,
It's
you
not
That's
gonna-
like
it's gonna be
saying
6
somebody's
feet wide.
refrigerator breaks and you gotta move around.
Yeah.
could do that. You could put a hand car on it.
That will be a full ADA walkway. So it'll meet the
Okay.
ADA requirements. It'll be 6 feet wide. We've had it approved by the fire chief. And, you know, he's approved of exactly what we're doing for emergency. Of course, we'd never consider putting anything, you know, anyone at risk by doing something temporary like that.
Right, I'm
No-
just
no
thinking not
vehicles.
lumber and stuff, but.
No vehicles would be allowed on the walkway specifically to go down and park there or
No,
anything.
you can't drive a golf cart
No.
down there.
It's gonna be blocked off.
It'll be
Once the
blocked
people
off.
are put onto the temporary,
Yeah,
the pier itself will be, because there's a lot of stringing.
right.
There's a lot of work underneath the dock that's gotta be done, and there's just no way you could do it in between boats. It's just impossible. Nick?
First, I would say to everybody, Proc's done a lot of work on the wharfs, built and rebuilt. So Casco Bay Lines has worked with Steve and his crew for years when they've been down here, and things have gone well. So I feel good that these guys are working on it. Will the temporary walkway be sufficient? Could you move something on a pallet jack?
Oh, yes.
From one end to the other?
Oh, yes.
So freight could, in addition to carts, you could, if it was sufficient, you could move a pallet jack up and down.
It's 6 feet wide.
Okay.
Just obviously make sure that however they're stacking their pallets, that,
Sure.
you know, they're not going too wide.
Are you building this the same as you had it right now, basically?
Building it better.
No, what I'm asking
A
is,
shade of it.
when you try to get down on this dock, there's no room. There's just enough room to back down. Can you make it another 6 feet wider, or
No.
you can't do that wide?
No.
With the state?
There's all kinds of requirements and reasons why we can. I mean, one certainly is, you know, there wasn't an endless pot of money. And permitting, you know, the permitting that's involved in doing an exact replacement versus an enlargement, there's a huge difference with that too.
The only place I look is at that first dent. If that was wider to get onto the dock, the rest of the dock is fine. It's just
We
that
talked about
first
that
narrow.
Yeah, we did. Again, an in-kind replacement, you know, is, an in-kind replacement is what we had to look at.
You have all your permits in place?
We do, sir, yeah.
So the walkway will not be built for golf carts, is that correct?
No.
Just
No
foot traffic.
vehicles.
That's foot traffic.
No bicycles?
Bicycles? More the merrier.
I mean, we got only so much for people and stuff, and bicycles could get in the way. We'll find out.
Bicycles are fine.
We got a lot of bicycles in the summertime.
May I ask,
Go ahead, sir.
why did you start August 1st instead of September 1st?
Well, we intended on starting this and having it done before summer. But permitting was about 6 months long, 5 months long, as it was. So we had to work a schedule that also worked for the low bidder as well. And we couldn't put the project back out to bid, and there's a deadline of when the project has to be completed with the state, to also retain the state funding. So, we chose trying to at least have the majority of spring and summer, behind you, and August 1st is where we ended up landing.
Sir, can I add to that? You're basically gonna have the whole use of the pier right through the end of August, except for that little corner there. Okay, you'll be able to drive down it and everything else right through the week of August 27th. So
So that, this entire thing is all accessible and usable until nearly September 1st.
So I'm just gonna concentrate in that little corner, that right-hand corner. So the whole dock it belongs to all of you people for the whole summer.
Yeah.
Right up until just a week before Labor Day.
That's not a big deal then.
No, so will you have it all kind of petitioned off and,
I'll have yellow barricades where we're
Yeah.
working. Yep.
okay.
Is there any way we can, I know you can't make it wider now, but at the road end, from vent 1 to vent 2, can we future plan to widen that out? Because it's almost no cost, but it's just a permitting issue. It is a huge bottleneck there. And if it could stay at 18 feet from vent 2 to vent 1, it would be a huge, not adding more joists, not
Right.
just knock it over.
We heard you last fall. I mean, we didn't ignore you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
So it's easy to build.
Yeah,
It's easy to
it's a
do.
I understand it's a permitting thing.
Yeah.
But if, in the building process, if we can look forward to permit that swing over in a year or two.
I know you want to promise. I can't make it. We can't make it. It's a great idea. But
Even if we just ran the deck boards wild.
you're a builder.
If the
Right.
city doesn't own that property, is what may be the situation that you feel the
I would-
butters
well,
are in the way, like,
Yeah, I mean, you have a variety of different things. You have resource protection, shoreline zoning regulations there. I'm not sure who the owner is, whether, I don't know exactly where.
well, we
you
got
know, the
Lunenburg
state-
on one side and Popovich on the other side.
Yeah, or even where the state-owned lands start and stop. So,
The state doesn't.
well, I mean, high water mark or
Oh, I
water
see.
mark, they own at a certain point out there to sea. So,
Well, if you try to back down that dock at noontime, you're in a boat, you've got a problem.
Well, that people.
Well,
You
you're
got
not
to build another
supposed
one
to do
just
that.
like it, you're still gonna have the same problem.
Say it now.
yeah.
We'll move the fence.
I know, we've seen bucket loaders go down there, full-size bucket loaders, and I can see that that's tight, but, at some point, you can design for everything, but, we didn't have that option.
How much is the state giving you?
I think the state contribution on this project is around $60,000,
That's it?
and the city's amount is 4 times that much. I mean, our contribution is considerably larger.
How much is the entire amount?
What was the bid amount, Steve, do you remember? Yeah, 300 something thousand.
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah,
360, somewhere in that neighborhood.
360 for the entire job? That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and again, this is the second part of it. I mean, they put, Steve, was it that much the first go around, the first project?
No, the first part of it was less than 100 grand.
Oh,
I
okay.
think-
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. So, I mean, this close to about $500,000 that will go into this over the last 3-4 years. And the majority of that is tax dollar money, is taxpayers' money, and not all state.
You're gonna keep the wharf, city gonna own the only wharf in Casco Bay now?
We've had this discussion with, we don't understand why it's the only wharf owned by,
We don't
community.
either.
But DOT won't even consider touching it, ownership of it. I actually know Bruce Van Note personally, who was the director at MDOT and now at the Turnpike Authority, and I asked him over this winter, you know, what that whole deal was, and he said, don't waste your breath, you know, unless it's a order from the governor and negotiated with the city manager or something, and the mayor, it will never happen, and so for some reason, it's ours.
Well, living on Cliff Island all my life, I'll say it sounds just about like everything else they do down there.
Yeah.
Nobody takes care of us.
Yeah. Well, we're taking care of you right now, and this is a pretty big undertaking.
We appreciate it, Simon.
Thank you.
You don't know how long it is. Thank you.
I think we're better off having the city on it, because then if we've got issues, we know who we're talking to.
Yep.
We don't have to go all the way to Augusta and talk to somebody we don't know.
Yep. We respond well in our facilities department whenever we're called, regarding whatever island it is, and however difficult it's to get out here. You know, we do our best to take care of you guys. And, you know, even if, I didn't even realize we had a school out here.
That's how you can take care of us so well.
Well, no, what's
That's the soul
well,
board.
no,
Stay in the middle of the
we-
question.
we found out because our school director came out over the winter time, and so.
Yeah, I was just wondering about the fencing, is it going to be the same as what we have now, or is it going to be, it's going to be the galvanized?
Yes, it's
like
pretty much that chain link.
The chain link,
Very,
yeah.
very little of that's being touched, just there's some areas that need to be repaired,
Right,
but,
yeah.
you know, there's no real change to the
Right.
fence.
Yeah, that's a good safe.
But it's a wood frame thing, is it gonna be metal frame, you know, the posts,
We're
metal?
not changing the railing or anything.
No, not changing the railing, it's not
Just gonna
proposed.
be wood and.
It's gonna be staying.
Okay.
Very little work to the fence.
Depends on the land.
What-
Depends on the land we're talking about, right?
I just
Not
like
No.
the fence on
No,
the,
it's not.
oh, the fence, are you, no, is the fence on the land getting any attention? No.
Something does, this is in the side, but something needs to be done for the fence that connects the corner of the store that goes that way and then turns right to the head of the dock, because the piling, or the post that goes way down the side is broken. And there's only a 2x4 scabbed on there, holding it on there. Some kid's going over that edge, and that issue was raised a long time ago and nothing's happened. It's a real dangerous situation.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that, but we'll.
I'll show you after the meeting.
Yeah, we'll take
I'll
a
show you
look at
exactly
it.
where it is.
Is the elevation of the wharf gonna be the same?
Exactly.
We did look at raising that, and again, logistically, costs, permitting, all of it wasn't feasible.
Cause we're backwards to all the other wharfs. They'll be getting off up above, and then when we get here, just that little difference, you know, we have to go to the opposite level. So, we could match up with everybody.
Any other questions?
Any concerns?
Oh, okay, thank you. All of the decking on the dock is being replaced,
Oh,
every bit of it, so all that old decking,
what are you putting down on that?
same thing, treated southern yellow pine.
How thick?
Excuse me, ma'am?
How thick?
Same thickness that's there, I believe is 3 inch. 3 inch. The old decking is not treated. I am willing to set it up on shore, and you people can help yourselves if you want. Whatever is left when the project is done, I have to take it with me and take it to a dump. But if anybody wants it for firewood, it's not treated, so it can be burned as firewood. You can help yourself.
Raised
If
beds?
nobody's interested, I'll just put it on the barge from the beginning, but if there's an interest, please get a hold of me, and we will take and right up at the beginning of the dock, right on shore, right in the corner, I'll just stockpile it right there. So,
And
will we work?
Just for the record, I need to say it's not something sanctioned by the city. So it's completely with Steve and his company.
We've done it before on other islands.
Did it on breakdown, I remember.
Yep, exactly.
A lot of people took it.
I got a question, you're gonna pull the piles, the old piles? Are you pulling old piles?
2, maybe 3.
That's it?
Yeah, that are being replaced. There's a lot of new piling being added, okay? Up on the front, along the fender system, underneath the deck. There's a row of plumb piles that are vertical, and attached to that plumb pile is a batter pile driven back towards the pier, which will help stiffen that whole system up. It's X-braced with heavy timbers, and it should really make the end of that dock a lot more rugged than it is now.
So you're gonna put down pilings beside the old pile, put new caps on.
Nope,
Rings?
there's no new caps
How
going on
about
this
the metal
project at all.
rings that all the other people, and I think do we have metal rings now? You know, we don't.
Well, you lost me now.
Yeah,
You're building a dock. You're gonna pile piles, and then you gotta put stringers across,
right.
and then you gotta put joists across that.
There's only two piles that are damaged in that system that are coming out and being replaced with a new pile.
That's on the front of the dock, or
They're internal. There's one, if you look on the print, there's one between 8 and 9, and that may be the only one. If you go to the hatched area, the left-hand corner, just to the left of that, there's one pile being replaced.
yeah. Okay.
And I think that's the only internal pile that's being replaced.
And you're not gonna take off any of the old creosote timbers or whatever, the stringers, you're gonna leave everything original.
If I replace a stringer, okay, the old stringer comes out and a new stringer goes in.
But are you planning on doing that? I thought we were building a new dock, you're just repairing the old.
Just repairing the old.
Oh, all right,
That's what my contract is.
all right.
Yep.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
No, that's fine, that's fine.
I thought we were really getting.
That's why the 360 was a good deal.
Yeah. What size crane you got? You got a 100 ton?
150.
150. And 5 pound limit. Yeah. All right, well, no longer than I did, so anyway,
We'll be working probably 4 10-hour days. And then on the 5th day, we'll probably leave early in the afternoon. Barge, tug, and crane will stay here throughout the project. What else? We will be going back and forth, probably gonna go into, right straight across, what is it? Falmouth, yeah, it's probably the closest. You know, my crew will be traveling back and forth every day.
Where are you gonna put the barge?
The barge is gonna be located probably in the beginning, right where your floats are right now. Okay, and then once we open that up, we'll be coming out in front.
Okay, because there's certain people that have their boat buoys for their, pleasure boats. And I didn't know whether, they do get in the way of Casco Bay lines, 2 of them. And this seems with the barge and
This
all the work that maybe these people might want to not be where they are. It's going to be really bad. Okay.
The barge will be roughly 40 by 130 feet long. So,
Will that have to move each time the boat comes, or will it be out of the way?
well, we're gonna have to work with Nick and his crew. And just make sure it's convenient. The biggest inconvenience is gonna be when we're working on those piles right out front. There's gonna have to be a lot of logistics back and forth. Yeah. Yeah.
So when this is going on, will there be a float on either side? Like say a water taxi or another?
You will always have a float.
We will always have a float.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got it.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're coming from down east.
Coming from Rockland.
Potts Harbor is about as far away as Falmouth, it's about a half-hour drive westward.
What happened?
Potts Harbor.
Oh, okay, Hartsville?
Yeah, Potts Harbor,
Yeah.
maybe save you a half hour a day, an hour a day.
Good, thank you.
It's same distance.
Yeah, good. Yeah, thanks. Anything else? I'm gonna leave some business cards up here. If you have any questions, my email is on there. Don't hesitate to ask me. If you have a question, don't stew about it, ask me. And I'll get the answer. If I can't, answer it, if it's a political question with the city, I'll have to refer to Aaron and Diane, but, don't hesitate to contact me.
Given the amount of projects that they've been involved in the islands, we're happy that, they were low bid on the project and know that they can really work well logistically out here to satisfy you guys too. So I know there is a small inconvenience or an inconvenience period, and we do apologize for that. But in the end, we hope that or we know at least it's going to be worth it for the longevity of that pier.
Yeah, we've built the major state of Maine ferry terminals on North Haven, Vinyl Haven, Frenchboro, and Swans Island, and we made it through. Everybody was happy. My crew had to live. On those islands, the crew lived right on the island. So good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.